We all share the same artisan hours each day, yet some individuals build remarkable lives while others stay trapped in the same routines year after year. The real difference rarely comes down to raw talent, good fortune, or perfect conditions. It comes down to how we value and use our most limited resource, time. Too many of us act as though tomorrow is guaranteed, constantly delaying what matters most. We fail to see that later quietly steals our greatest opportunities. So right now you hold something incredibly valuable in your hands, yet you might be letting it slip away unnoticed. This story follows a bright young lad who seemed to have every advantage: caring parents, a supportive home, and natural intelligence. Despite these gifts, he suffered from one harmful pattern. He postponed nearly everything. When his mother reminded him to tidy his space, he'd casually reply, "I'll handle it soon." When teachers assigned projects, he'd reassure himself, "There's still plenty of time." When friends suggested joining skill-building activities, he'd say, "Perhaps another day." Weeks blended into months and months into years. While his peers mastered musical instruments, improved their academics, and developed new abilities, the young lad stayed exactly where he started, like a seed that refused to sprout while the garden around him bloomed vibrantly. One afternoon, after yet another disappointing test result, he sat alone, overwhelmed with disappointment. Noticing his frustration, his father approached gently and suggested, "Son, there's an elderly wise man who lives on the outskirts of our village. He might offer the insight you're seeking." The following morning, the lad made his way to the simple dwelling. The wise elder sat calmly beneath an ancient banyan tree, eyes closed in quiet reflection. As the boy drew near, the elder opened his eyes and offered a kind smile. "What weighs on your heart, young one?" he asked. The lad responded with visible irritation, "Why, sir, people constantly lecture me about wasting my life and how valuable time is. But I'm still young. I have decades ahead. Why must I hurry everything?" The elder nodded with understanding and replied, "Allow me to share a tale that may shift how you view things. In a quiet coastal village lived a humble fisherman who rose each day before sunrise to cast his nets. This had been his steadfast routine for many seasons. One particularly dark morning, with heavy clouds blocking both moon and stars, he followed the familiar trail to the water's edge. As he walked, his foot brushed against a small, weighty bundle wrapped in rough cloth. Curious, he picked it up. It felt filled with small, hard objects, perhaps pebbles collected by village children. Shrugging, he carried the bundle along with his fishing gear. Reaching the riverbank, he set down his net and settled near the gently flowing water. The pre-dawn blackness was so thick he could barely see his own hands. With time to spare before first light, he opened the bundle and took out one smooth object. Without much thought, he tossed it into the river. The satisfying plop echoed through the quiet air, bringing a faint smile to his face. He continued, pulling out another and then another, each time enjoying the different sounds they made as they hit the water, some deep and resonant, others light and sharp. As he threw them one by one, his mind wandered to his own simple existence. Life feels heavy when we carry everything at once, he thought, but releasing each piece into the flow of time seems almost effortless. Gradually, the sky began to light. A soft orange glow appeared on the horizon, slowly pushing back the darkness. The river's surface started to shimmer as the first hints of daylight revealed its currents. The fisherman reached into the bundle once more and felt only one object remaining. He lifted it, preparing for a final toss. Just then, the rising sun's first ray touched the object in his palm. It sparkled with an intense, brilliant fire. The fisherman froze. What he held was not an ordinary stone. It was a dazzling diamond. Horror washed over him as the truth struck. He frantically emptied the cloth, hoping to find more, but it was empty. He dropped to his knees beside the water, clutching the single remaining gem while staring at the river that had claimed the rest. "What have I done?" he cried out in anguish. "In the darkness, I tossed away a fortune that could have changed my family's life forever." The gems had been right there in his grasp, yet he had thrown them away one by one, thinking they were worthless. The wise elder paused, gazing intently at the young lad. "Do you grasp the meaning behind this tale?" he asked softly. The boy looked puzzled and shook his head. The elder continued with patience. "You are much like that fisherman, and each day of your life is like that bundle of precious gems. Every hour, every minute that slips by is a jewel of immeasurable worth. Yet in the shadow of unawareness and delay, you cast them aside, believing they hold no real value. When you tell yourself, 'I'll do it tomorrow,' you're discarding today's gem into the river of lost chances. When you think I'm still young, there's no rush, you're letting entire seasons of opportunity drift away." The deep darkness in the story symbolizes how we often fail to recognize the true worth of our limited time. By the moment the light of realization finally breaks through, many have already lost most of their once held. The lad's eyes began to widen as the lesson started sinking in. The elder placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder and spoke warmly. "The good news is that your story isn't over. You are still early in your journey. The sun is only beginning to rise for you. Yes, some moments may already be gone, but you still possess many valuable ones ahead." The fisherman discovered the truth when he had only one gem left. You have far more remaining. The real question now is this: knowing that each moment is a rare treasure, will you keep tossing them carelessly away, or will you begin to cherish and invest them wisely? Tears welled up in the boy's eyes, not from regret, but from a newfound sense of purpose and thankfulness. He bowed respectfully and said, "Thank you, honored elder. I see clearly now. I will no longer squander what I've been given." From that day forward, the young lad underwent a profound shift. He began completing tasks as soon as they were asked. Schoolwork was finished promptly, and when chances to learn or grow appeared, he seized them eagerly. His friends and teachers were astonished by the transformation. The boy once labeled the greatest delayer in class became known for his reliability and focus. Within months, he not only caught up with his classmates, but began to excel beyond many of them. As the years passed and he grew into a capable, accomplished adult, people often inquired about the source of his strong discipline. He would smile and recount the tale of the fisherman who unknowingly threw away a sack full of diamonds. "We all carry a bundle of precious gems," he would explain. "Each moment we receive is priceless. Yet in the blindness of habit and delay, we treat them as ordinary pebbles and let them vanish forever. The fortunate ones are those who awaken while they still hold enough gems to shape a meaningful future." This story reminds us that time is the one resource we can never replenish. We often scroll mindlessly, put off important goals, or delay our ambitions, convincing ourselves that tomorrow will always arrive. But once a moment passes, it is gone forever. What gives this tale its lasting power is its message of hope rather than guilt. It's not meant to fill us with regret over the past, but to spark an awakening in the present. The instant you truly accept that every single hour is a diamond, your perspective shifts. You stop waiting for ideal conditions because you realize the current moment is the only one you can truly use. You replace "I'll start tomorrow" with "action today." The beauty of your situation is this: as long as you are here reading these words, your sunrise has not yet fully passed. You still hold many valuable moments in your hands. The choice before you is simple yet profound. Will you continue releasing them thoughtlessly into the current of wasted time, or will you guard each one and use it to create the life you truly desire? Success does not belong to those with more hours in their day. It belongs to those who understand the irreplaceable worth of the hours they already have. The gap between dreamers who achieve and those who remain stuck is rarely talent or luck. It is the daily decision to treat time as the treasure it truly is. Make a commitment today. Stop living on autopilot, treating your days as if they are endless and unimportant. Instead, become someone who approaches each hour with respect and intention. Choose one thing you have been putting off, perhaps a skill you want to develop, a habit you wish to build, or a goal that matters deeply, and begin working on it right now while the light is still fresh. Every new day brings you a fresh set of diamonds. How you spend them will determine the story of your life. Recognize their value before the river of time carries them away. The dawn is breaking for you at this very moment. What will you choose to build with the treasures you still hold? And if this message resonates with you, reflect on it. Share it with someone who might need the reminder. And most importantly, act. Because the gems you protect and invest today are the ones that will shine brightly in your future.